traveling mercies. We thank you for the students today that are going to be engaged in this topic. We ask for your wisdom. We ask for your courage. We ask today that you will guide their thoughts. And we pray, even as they exercise their individual speech, their views and opinion, we thank you for the hard work they went through. We thank you for the one who is going to emerge a winner. But we thank you today that each student will be a winner in his or her own right. Cover this proceedings with your blessing in Jesus' name. Amen.
Please keep standing for the national anthem.
Sentence and then so beautiful, with joyful hearts we pledge to thee our loyalty and love and vow to keep you ever free. Whatever the future brings, our faith will see us through. May peace reign from shore to shore, and God bless and keep us true. I now fair and blessed. May peace reign from shore to shore. May God bless and keep us true. Our little sister islands are those gems, the lovely grenadines upon their seas and golden sun, the sunshine ever be. Whatever the future brings, our faith will see us through. May peace reign from shore to shore, and God bless and keep us through.
Thank you very much, Gabriela Thomas. Um, please have your seats. Just for the sake of information, we have a stocked bar at in the other classroom. So if you're feeling a bit thirsty, you can refresh yourself. All right. You can credit once you are accountable. All right. So without any further ado, again, I do apologize for the late start. We had a mishap, so that caused us a bit of a late start. But we're just gonna move along swiftly. So I will now call our principal, Mrs. Kid Rind, to give her remarks, and then we will flow smoothly into our program. Give her a round of applause as she comes.
Teachers and other members of staff, distinguished judges, specially invited guests, members of the media, parents, guardian, and fellow participants. Good evening. As we come together for the final event of our Literacy Week celebrations, I am filled with immense pride and excitement. This week has been an incredible journey of exploration and discovery centered around our theme, Read What You Write. Throughout this week, we have delved into the depths of storytelling, immersed ourselves into the beauty of language, and embraced the power of literacy. And today, as we gather to witness the culmination of our efforts in the public speaking competition, we are reminded once again of the profound impact that reading and writing can have on our lives. Read What You Write is more than just a theme. It is a philosophy that incorporates the essence of literacy. It is a call to action, urging us to not only consume the words of others, but also to contribute our own thoughts, ideas, and stories to the world. As we reflect on the success of this week, let us carry forward the lessons we have learned and the memories we have created. Let us continue to read with curiosity and write with passion, knowing that our words have the ideas and knowing that our words have the power to shape our world for the better. In this competition, I hope to see the remarkable talent and creativity that flourishes within each and every one of you. But beyond the competition itself, what truly matters is the journey that brought us here. The hours spent poring over books, the moments of inspiration, the triumphs and challenges of putting pen to paper. It is through these experiences that we have cultivated, we've gathered a deep appreciation for the written word and the transformative impact it can have in our lives. To all the participants, I commend you for your courage and your dedication. Your voices are a testament to the importance of literacy in our lives, and I am confident that you will inspire others with your words. May your love for reading and writing continue to shine, to illuminate the path ahead, guiding you to new heights of knowledge, creativity, and expression. I hope that each of you excel in persuading the judges and the audience with your speech, and may the most deserving one emerge victorious in the end. Thank you to the teachers on the literacy committee who have worked tirelessly to ensure the success of this week. Parents, without your support, all our efforts would have been futile. And so I just want to take this opportunity to urge you to continue to walk along with your children to ensure their success. To all the stakeholders who have contributed to the CGS Literacy Week, thank you very much. Have a blessed evening, everyone.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mrs. Rind. All right, I'm sure we can do better than that with a much more heartier round of applause. All right, so before we go any further, let me just do the honors to welcome our to introduce our students. So on my left, right, I have, when I call your name, students, please stand. We have Jon Cupid, a grade 5 student. Just wave to the camera. Right? We also have another brilliant student, Jace Gibbs. Jace Gibbs. Just wave to the audience. We also have Ammani Stapleton. Just wave. All right. And now to my right, we have Michaela Farell. We also have Destiny Thomas. And last but not least, we have our vibrant Kiva Spring. All right, parents, these were the students who would have demonstrated their bravery and confidence in coming forward to be a part of our public speaking. They are all they have all volunteered to be a part of this, and we want to wish them the very best in tonight's proceeding. So again, hip hip, hip hip. All right, hooray! All right, so I am waiting on Miss Morgan to introduce the judges. All right, but we will in the meantime I would have the students pick their numbers in which they will be um, presenting tonight.
Principal of the Canouan Government School, Mrs. Ketty Kiderin, teachers and other members of staff, distinguished judges, specially invited guests, members of the media, parents, guardians, and and our participants in this evening's event. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce to us our distinguished judges, and I'll start with the lone male, Police Constable Leroy Peters is currently working at the Canouan Police Station. He has worked at numerous police stations while being a member of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force. He has 10 years experience at his job. He enjoys reading, playing sports, and he is a lover of all types of music. He extends best wishes to all the participants this evening. Our second judge, Miss Delia Bowens, is a proud past student of the Bishop's College, Kingstown, and the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Technical College. She holds a bachelor's degree in business and commerce, office management, and human resources management. She currently holds the role of villa operations administrator at the Canouan Estate Resort and Villa and has made Canouan her home for the past 13 years. So let's welcome her.
And of course, I have the esteemed privilege to, to introduce my very good friend and comrade, Miss Jackie Olivier George, who is originally from Beckway, but she is officially now from Canouan. She is married to someone from Canouan. She is the mother of one child. She is a wonderful lady for sure. She loves the Lord. She works at the airport as the aviation manager, right? Air traffic controller, sorry. Right? And she is more than happy to be of assistance. So give Miss Jackie George a round of applause. A very humble lady indeed.
In fact, let's give all three judges a round of applause and for taking time out to be with us here this evening.
All right. So just before we have the students exit the room, I am going to read to you the rules for today's program. All right. So this event will be divided into two sections. We have the students will present a prepared speech and an impromptu speech. Each student will present two speeches, as I said, a prepared speech and an impromptu speech. The prepared speech will not exceed 12 minutes. The first bell will ring at least the first bell will ring at 6 minutes, and the final bell will ring at 12 minutes. 5 points will be deducted for the participants who speak for less than 6 minutes or more than 12 minutes for the prepared speech. Only participants who have already presented will be present in the room during the other presentations. For the impromptu speech, each participant will have 1 minute to consider the topic and no more than 2 minutes to make their presentation. Participants are not allowed to communicate with any member of the audience during their presentation. I will now tell you the order in which they will present. So the first presenter will be Destiny Thomas. Then we will have the second presenter will be Michaela Farell. The third presenter will be Kiva Spring. Fourth will be Jace Gibbs. Fifth will be Ammani Stapleton. And sixth will be Jon Cupid. That's the position they would have just picked. All right? So give them a round of applause. I just realized why you guys were laughing. So all the girls were, I did not even notice. All right. So give them a round of applause as we wish them the very best. So with the exception of Destiny, the others will now exit the room with Miss Morgan as Destiny prepares to present her prepared speech. You want to assist me with that, please?
Hello, testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello, one. Hello?
I forgot. I actually forgot to mention something. Did we announce what was the topic for tonight's public speaking? Does anybody remember what the topic is? All right. So the topic for tonight's public speaking competition is the topic for tonight's prepared speech is, should the concept of same-sex families or marriage be taught in our schools? Should the concept of same-sex marriages or families be taught in our school? Now, sometime during the program, we do have an open floor for any well-wisher who wants to say anything. So, in the meantime, you will prepare your thoughts as the students present. All right. So let's make Destiny feel comfortable by again giving her a hearty round of applause and your undivided attention.
Principal of Canouan Government. Hello? Principal of the Canouan Government School, Mrs. Reen. Teachers and other members of staff, distinguished judges, specially invited guests, members of the media, parents or guardians, and fellow participants, a good evening. I am Destiny Thomas, and I stand before you today to share my thoughts on the question, should same-sex so, to share my I am Destiny Thomas, and I stand before you today to share my thoughts on the question, should same-sex families be taught at our school? You see, learning is a wonderful thing, and I love it. But I believe that there are some things we should learn about when we are a bit older. Firstly, I want to say that families come in all shapes and sizes. Some families have a mom and a dad. Some have just a mom. Some have a dad and and some have two moms or two dads. It's like a big puzzle, and each family is a unique piece that fits in its own way. At the age of 10, like many of my friends, I'm still figuring out a lot of things. We're learning about math, science, history, and all sorts of exciting stuff. And yes, it's important to learn about the world around us. But I think that when it comes to certain topics like same sex families, maybe we should wait a little bit. Why do I think that? Well, it's not because I don't think it's important. Families with two moms or two dads are just as loving and caring as any other family. Love is what makes a family, not the number of moms or dads. However, I believe that understanding these things might be easier when we are a bit older. Learning about same sex families involves understanding different kinds of love, and it's okay if we need some time to think, to grasp that sometimes when we're too young, things can be a bit confusing, and we might not fully get it. I want to learn about it, but maybe when I'm a little older and I can understand it better. Our minds are like sponges, and we absorb everything around us. But it's important that what we learn doesn't overwhelm us. By waiting until we're a bit older, we can appreciate the diversity of families in a way that makes sense to us. In conclusion, I believe that same sex families are just as wonderful and loving as any other family. And I'm sure we'll learn about them in school eventually. But perhaps for now, we can focus on building the foundation of our education, understanding the world step by step. Let's embrace the beauty of diversity when we're ready to fully appreciate it and understand it. Thank you for listening.
All right, thank you, Destiny. Can you just give a hearty round of applause? I must confess something to you. Um, as much as much as I stand in front of people every day, I do get nervous sometimes. So I can imagine how much she feels standing here having to present that. All right. So we will give them some motivation and some grace, yes, through giving them a round of applause and shouting for them. All right. So that was Destiny. Mr. Young, can you tell us how long she spoke for? You were supposed to be timing. Okay, well, the judges need the record, okay? 7 minutes, all right. All right, just keep the records so that the judges can just keep the records for the judges, all right? So after every speech, I will ask you. All right, so just keep the records for the sake of the judges, all right? Okay? Well, I guess Hansel will be able to rectify that from the live, right? I mean, you know? All right. We will get to that. We'll get to that. All right. But no big deal. No big deal. All right. So that's what Destiny. Our next person is Michaela Farell. All right. Give Michaela a round of applause, please, as she comes. Hip hip. Hip hip. All right.
Principal of the Canouan Government School, Mrs. Cathy Wren, teachers and other members of staff, distinguished guests, specially invited guests, members of the media, parents, guardians, and fellow participants. Should the concept of same-sex families be taught in school? I stand before you today to express my concerns regarding a topic that has gained much attention: the inclusion of same-sex marriage in our school curriculum. While the importance of diversity and inclusivity is deniable, it is crucial to carefully consider the potential impacts on our educational system. I know this is a topic that not everyone may agree on, but it's important to share different perspectives. In my family and the values I grown up with, marriage has been seen as a special bond between a man and a woman. That's what I understand, and it feels right for me. Sometimes changes in traditions can feel overwhelming. I believe in sticking to what we know, and that's what makes us comfortable and secure. While I might feel this way, I also know that it is crucial to treat everyone with kindness and respect, no matter their beliefs or who they love. The topic same-sex marriage has a part of our school curriculum, maybe a table of a topic. However, I want to make mention that the inclusion of this may cause impact students and the general population on a whole. In light of our Caribbean culture and traditions, marriage is understood to be a bond between a man and a woman, which is the first and foremost a biblical stance, which our communities have been brought upon. As much as the world is moving away from biblical traditions and forming modernized ethics to fit the ever-changing world, many moral ethics have governed different choices in terms of marriage. The inclusivity would not only cause a frenzy in the moral principle, but also cause confusion among different beliefs. Having same sex marriage being taught in school is very problematic. While some countries may have same sex marriage as legal, it is wrong for a man and a man to be together and woman to woman. I believe that same-sex marriage should not be taught in schools. Children are impressionable and should not be exposed to such controversial topics at a young age. It is also important for children to focus on their studies and not be distracted by political and social issues. I also believe that it is the parents' responsibility to teach your children about topics, not the schools. I believe that teaching about same-sex marriage in schools sends the wrong message to children. It sends the message that same-sex marriage is just as normal and acceptable as homosexual marriage. Homosexual heterosexual marriage, when in fact it is not. This can be confusing and even harmful for children who are struggling with their own sexual identity. I believe that it's the parents' responsibility to teach your children about these topics, not the schools. Parents are in the best position to know what their children are ready to learn about, and they can provide the kind of support and guidance that your children need to process this information in a healthy way. The fact of same-sex marriage is the fact of same-sex marriage not only come against biblical standards, but it come against the natural momentum of family structure, but also the laws of nature. Throughout history, it has been taught that family are made up of a man and a woman, or even a single parent. To apply to apply that Mr. Mr. Speaker, to apply that it's all right for the same gender to get married is stating that it's okay for children to identify as anything. With the way the world is operating today, we've got to a point where it is okay to identify as anything, including animals, rocks, etc. The world today is at the point of creating a different way to sin every day. When God created the first human to ever walk the earth, he created Adam, and then from his web he created the woman, to which Adam stated that she is my bone, she is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh, and she shall be called woman. God created God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve or Eve and Eve. Why did God created Adam and Eve? The Bible clearly the Bible clearly gives us an account. It is one for companionship, two capability, and three procreation. In God's original intent, he made all the animals, he made them male and female, and he commanded them to be fruitful with the ability to multiply. Adam by Adam by God's design was the only creature that did not have a matching pair, even to the fruit of the trees of creation. Was created with the ability to multiply and reproduce. After its kind, God's values and standard for the succession of each species that of each species was clearly established, whether they were the trees of the field, the birds of the air, the fishes of the sea, the animals. It is also important to note that two entire cities were destroyed due to the fact of indecent sexual activities outside the confines of what a marriage is. These said cities was involved in same-sex marriage and indecent sexual activities, like men having sex with men and the same with women. These sin angry God, and he chose to destroy them through fire and brimstone. Much more to this. If we incorporate this topic in our school curriculum, we are causing and young people to sin against him, which is more serious than we think. The Bible clearly states in 18 the Bible clearly states in Matthew 18:6, if we cause one of these little ones who believe in me to stumble, it will be better for them to have a large millstone hang around their neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea. Yes, this is a little bit too graphic, but indeed serious. To teach our little ones about a topic that is clearly an abomination to biblical principles and our country's tradition. Mr. Speaker, I hereby state that same-sex marriage should not be taught in our school curriculum, seeing that it's come against one, biblical and traditional beliefs, two, natural law, which is to do what is good and to avoid evil, and three, the main purpose of marriage according to the Bible, to procreate. We should all consider that this topic is quite tricky and crucial with the way how family and marriage is defined. The ultimate goal is to make the human species extinct, which will never become a reality. I believe and stand on the point that we should not remove biblical landmarks and stick to what is known without venturing out into the sin which was created by the world to feed their never growing hunger to sin against God. I thank you.
All right. Can you give another hearty round of applause for Michaela? Michaela, sorry. All right, I am awaiting the timer from Mr. Young. I am waiting on the timer from Mr. Young. 9 minutes and 6 seconds. Michaela spoke for 9 minutes and 6 seconds. All right. So she's within the safe time zone. And just a bit of, just to make you aware, the time starts after the protocol. All right. So after they would have finished the protocol, the timer starts. All right. And I was just made aware. There are a bit of competition from the audience. So if you can please try to eliminate the talking so that the others can hear clearly. Am I clear? Judges, are you getting through clearly with your task? All right, good. So we are moving right along swiftly. We are moving right along swiftly. We are on to the third participant, Miss Kiva Spring. All right, just give a round of applause for Kiva as she comes.
Principal of Canouan Government School, Mrs. Kettle Kidrin, teachers and other members of staff, distinguished judges, special invited guests, members of the middle, parents, guardians, and fellow participants. Should the concept of same-sex families be taught in our school? As we gather here today, I am compelled to address a topic that touches upon the very fabric of our society and the values we hold dear. It is a topic of great importance and sensitivity whether same-sex relationships in our should be taught in schools. As a fifth grade student, I stand before you to express my firm belief that such discussions do not belong within the realm of our educational institutions. Allow me to guide you through a journey of understanding and reflection where we explore the intricacies of this debate and its profound implications for our community and our children. 1. Value of traditional families. First and foremost, let us delve into the cornerstone of society, the traditional family units. Families, in their traditional sense, provide us with love, support, and sense of belonging. Within these nurturing environments, the roles of mothers, fathers,
play complementary roles in a child's upbringing by preserving and promoting traditional family values where ensure the conclusions of time-tested principles that have stood the test of generations. 2. Respect for diversity. As we continue our exploration, it is vital to recognize and honor the diversities of perspective surrounding same-sex relationship, while inclusivity and acceptance are paramount. It is it is it is in it is ensure While inclusivity and acceptance are paramount, it is crucial to respect everyone's beliefs and refrain from imposing specific viewpoints in school curriculum. Tolerance and understanding can be cultivated through respectful dialogue and engagement rather than through mandate teachings in school. 3. Respecting childhood innocence. Furthermore, the let us address the delicate matter of childhood innocence. The innocence of childhood is a precious and fleeting stage that deserves to be safeguarded. Introduction complex topic Introducing complex topics like same-sex relationships at a young age risks prematurely exposing children to adult concepts. Beware the discussions that nurturing conclusions, learning, and character development without prematurely destroying the innocence of childhood. Counter arguments and rebuttals. 1. Promoting inclusivity. I, res- I, re- I respond to the argument for inclusivity. While the promotion of inclusivity is commendable, discussions about same-sex relationships in schools may inadvertently alienate students whose beliefs differ from the curriculum. Inclusivity can be fostered through broader discussion and respect, empathy, and understanding rather than through the promotion of specific relationship types. Conclusion. In conclusion, the debate surrounding the teaching of same-sex relationship in school is complex and multifaceted. As we navigate these discussions, let us remain steadfast in our community to, to prevent the sanctity of traditional family, respect parental rights, and safeguarding the innocence of childhood. By upbringing these principles, we can cultivate environments where diversity is celebrated, inclusivity is promoted, and children are empowered to negativity, the complexities of the world with compassion and understanding. I thank you.
All right. Let me just make this disclaimer. I During practice, the students were very fluent, and I understand the reason for the stumbling. But let us give them our unwavering support and still encourage them. All right, because like I said, even me myself standing here is lost for words. I'm a bit nerve wracked. All right. So again, let's give them a round of applause as we move along. All right. I wish that this hall was rampacked, but nonetheless, the show still goes on. We now invite our fourth participant, Mr. Jace Gibbs. Um, his father is blowing up the live right now. He's very excited for that. He couldn't be here today, but let us give Mr. Gibbs a hearty and a warm round of applause. By the way, I did not say how long did Kiva spoke for. Kiva spoke for 7 minutes and 33 seconds. All right, good. So she is in the safe zone. All right, so Mr. Jace Gibbs, all the way to you. No, see that on here.
Principal of the Canouan government. Principal of the Canouan Government School, Mrs. Ketty Rind, Mrs. Ketty Kid. Mrs. Ketty Kid. Hello? Yeah. Hmm. Principal of the Canouan Government School, Mrs. Ketty Kid Rind. Teachers, te- teachers of, and other members of staff, distinguished judges, specially invited guests, members of the media, parents, guardians, and fellow participants. Good afternoon. I stand before you to share my thoughts on this evening's topic. Should the concept of same sex families be taught in our school? By now, we should all know what it means by same sex. But let's refresh a bit. Findings taken from www.dictionary.com says a romantic or sexual relationship between people of the same gender. During my research, there were limited articles on the internet that were against same sex related topics being taught in schools. But on the other hand, there was so much information on why it should be. These days, it would be practically impossible to shield us from every media reference. Schools serve the purpose of transmitting knowledge to students to give them the information and skills they need to succeed in life. So why would I agree for such concept be taught in my school? Same-sex topics are no way relevant to our education. There are so much other important subject matters we can focus on in schools. Why would you want to have your children brainwashed into thinking same-sex marriage or families are normal? Just why? What will be the purpose of having religious education as one of our subjects in school? The subject we discuss believes about God or Creator, about good and evil, about wrongs and rights. In the world today, for so many people, religion and faith have no lasting value. If you read the Bible or even go to church, you must know that the same sex lifestyle is very much inappropriate and against God's words. It is written that the act of such is an abomination. How unnatural is it to go against the historical idea of marriage, where a man holds fast his wife and the two shall become one? Marriage means the relationship between a male and female and their families whose primary purpose is to raise offspring. We are taught in health education, science, and biology about reproduction and the functions of both male and female reproductive systems. As we know, two individuals of the same gender cannot reproduce. So, if homosexuality was allowed and accepted by everyone, then how will our population increase? How will our names live on? Humans will be extinct. As I know, a normal family consists of a daddy, mommy, and child. Having assignments like creating a family tree clearly shows what a normal family structure should be. Going against the natural order of life confuses society and children. Why tag along with the campaigns around the world that is trying their utmost best to change the atmosphere of the schools today? There was a comment there was a comment under an article saying if schools do not allow same-sex topics as part of curriculum, then that school is not a safe environment. Shake my head. Is that person trying to say our school is not a safe place because we are being taught the correct and necessary things here? I believe conversations about sexuality and gender should be between parents and their child or children. Some parents and guardians may feel uncomfortable with their child learning about same sex topics in school. Our innocence is a precious and delicate thing that must be protected. It is the responsibility of you, the adults, to create a safe and nurturing environment for us to grow and learn in. Children are very sharp. We are much smarter than adults give us credit for. We know about the world we live in, and we are like sponges. Why are these things being forced upon us at a tender age? We are vulnerable and receptive, and it is important to shield us from the harsh realities of the world until we are mature, able thinkers. Don't get me wrong, I understand that time has changed and people's thinking and way of life has also. They hold the right to their choice of living. I will never discriminate or hate any of my peers for having different views and values, but I will stand steadfast in what I know is right and what I think is not essential to our learning. Thank you. Ay, ay, ay.
All right, I'm sure we can do better than that. A round of applause for Jace Gibbs. Mr. Young, how long did he spoke for? 5 minutes and 25 seconds. So he's in the safe zone. All right, Jace. Well, good job, everybody thus far. I was just checking the live. I see we have quite a bit of viewers. So good night to the persons on our live. Thank you to Canouan Islanders for being here. So our next participant, Mr. Young, can you remind me of the time, please? 5 minutes, 25 seconds. 5 minutes and 25 seconds. I'm sorry, yes, my bad. It's 6 minutes, yes. All right, sorry. All right, so the next participant is none other than Mr. Ammani Stapleton. So let's give him a round of applause as he comes.
Good night, everybody. Principal of Canouan Government School, Ms. Katie Kidd Rin, teachers and other members of staff, distinguished guests, judges, invited guests, members of the media, parents, guardians, and my fellow participants. Should the concept of same-sex families be taught in our school? What is a same-sex family? Mr. Speaker, my understanding of the same-sex family is a homosexual couple living together with children. Do I believe the concept of a same-sex family should be taught in our school? My answer is no. First of all, we are not a country that has legalized nor normalized homosexuality. It is also against the teachings of the Bible. The Vincentian Society is mainly made up of Christians, and homosexuality goes against our belief as a nation. The New Testament reinforces what the Old Testament has declared. Since the law since the law was given to Moses, Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13 says, if a man lies with a male and a female lies with a woman, both have committed an abomination and shall be put to death. Learning about same-sex families should not be forced onto children. We should be allowed to be children and enjoy our childhood without being confused by such topic. Most of us have been raised in a household with both parents who are male and female. So why should we be taught about same-sex families at our school? When it is said that learning begins at home, there are so many disadvantages of a same-sex family. Studies show the young children of parents in a same-sex relationship are more likely to suffer from a broad range of emotional and social problems. Children in some cases get bullied because of homosexual preferences of their parents. It has also been found that those same children are likely to be homosexuals themselves because of their living environment. Mr. Speaker, need I say more? Children live what they have learned according to physics, psychology of learning. Most of the world is influenced by the bigger countries like the United States of America and some countries in Europe, which have legalized same-sex marriages, and the teachings are forced onto children in those countries. This is so because the foundational values and fabric of their societies have been eroded under the cloak of independence, tolerance, and human rights. Hopefully, our little island is able to stand firm and keep such a concept away from our children and out of our schools. Mr. Speaker, I must admit that everybody deserves love and all children should have a family, but I refuse to stray from the teachings of the Bible. On my parents, as a result, I will always believe in a traditional family which consists of a father, a mother, and a children with, while others may be of the opinion to the contrary, I beg to differ. The revealed truth in the Bible is not the opinion of a man, as some may want us to believe. It is the human manual for moral living of all times. The family by God's design, man, woman, and children, is the primary foundation and fabric of human civilians of all time. Therefore, I conclude that teaching the concept of same-sex families being taught to children in our schools is the arch enemy of mankind for our destruction through the influence of our culture that impact our society. I am sure my fellow students will agree that we just want to come to school to be educated on subject areas that will influence our lives in the future. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ammani Stapleton. We are we are almost down to the end of the first category. So we now have our final participant, Mr. Jason Cupid. Please give him a round of applause as he comes. I must say this though, I really do not envy any of the judges at this moment. I would not like to have been in your position. All right, Mr. Young, before we go any further, can you please tell me how? Okay, too short. No, Amani spoke for 4 minutes and 31 seconds. All right, again, let's give him a round of applause for some motivation. All right, so our next participant, Mr. Jason Cupid, just give him a round of applause as he comes.
Good evening, everyone. Just it. Protocol has already been established. According to Banner 2023, Families as a group of persons united by the ties of marriage, blood, or adoption, constituting a single household and interacting with each other in their respective social positions, usually those of spouses, parents, children, and siblings. We need our schools to talk about the many different kinds of families we have in our society. Our ideas about families are growing, and it's important that schools keep up with these changes. Along with families having a mom and a dad, there are also families with two moms or two dads. We call these same sex families, where the parents are the same gender. Our world is changing, and families are changing too. Education is like a guide that helps us understand the world, and it should keep going to show us the many ways families can be formed. It is crucial to know and accept that families can be different. Just like we want others to understand and accept our families, we should do the same for them. It's like having a big heart that welcomes and respects everyone, no matter how the family is made. Should the concept of same sex families be taught in our schools? I really think we should. It is important that we include the ideas of same sex families in what we learn. And I really want to convince you why. Teaching about same sex families is more than just education. It's a way to make our schools and whole society more welcoming, diverse, and accepting. I strongly believe we should embrace this change for a better and more inclusive future, fostering inclusivity and representation. A really good reason to talk about same sex families in school is to make sure everyone feels included. Schools are like small versions of our community. And when we talk about all kinds of families, it shows that we accept everyone. If we include stories about families with two moms or two dads in our books and lessons, it helps kids from those families feel like they belong. For instance, imagine the impact on a child of, from a same-sex families when they open the textbook and they see their family structure positively. No child should feel invisible or marginalized within the walls of a place dedicated to learning. Furthermore, inclusivity and representation also help kids from families with a mom and a dad understand that different families are okay and normal, making everyone more understanding and kind in the future. Addressing stereotypes and reducing stigma. Learning is a strong way to break down wrong ideas and make people stop thinking badly about something. When schools talk about families with two moms or two dads, they can show how that those families are just good as any other. This helps stop wrong ideas about them. Wrong ideas grow when we do not know much education. It's like our tool to fight against these wrong ideas we might without really knowing. Students get to hear good and true stories about different families. It makes them think better about those families. This way, schools can help make a world where everyone is accepted for who they are and people are more open minded and kind. When we teach about same sex families, we actively work towards breaking down harmful stereotypes, paving the way for a more tolerant society, preparing students for a diverse world. As we move towards a world where everyone is connected, it's a really important for students to learn about different kinds of families they might come across in their lives. When schools talk about families with two moms or two dads, it helps students be ready for the diverse world out there. Learning about these families helps students be kind and understanding, respect difference, and be more inclusive. better prepared to get along with others in the world, whether relationships. In conclusion, adding the ideas of families with two moms or two dads to what we learn in school is more than just saying the world is changing. It's like taking a big step forward to make our future better and more welcoming. Schools help by making sure everyone feels included, stopping wrong ideas, and getting us ready for a world with all kinds of families. Let's celebrate the different ways families can be and make a world where everyone is loved and accepted no matter what. I thank you. I need to step back.
All right, thank you, Tarek. Jishwan. All right, Mr. Young, how long did he spoke for? 5 minutes and 49 seconds. All right. So again, let's give the all 6 students a hearty round of applause. All right. So we are moving on to a program that has brought us to the end of our prepared speeches. Right. So before we transition now into our impromptu speech, we now have a musical rendition by Mr. Young as the students get themselves together and prepare their minds for the impromptu category.
I will rather go without the guitar. I want to dedicate this to the students. Just prior to Kyra's taking the stage, she said something to me when I asked, "Are you nervous? Are you frightened?" And she said, you know we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us, right? That changed the song I had in mind. I want to dedicate this song to the students. You all did profoundly well. These students are part of my family. And I want to dedicate this song to them. My own, but in my weakness, He is there to help me know. His strength is perfect when our strength is gone. He'll carry us when we can't carry on. Grace in His power, the weak become strong. His strength is perfect. His strength is perfect. We can only know how the power that He holds when we truly see how weak, deep our weakness goes. His power in us begins when all's come to an end. He proves again, one more time, his strength is true. His strength is perfect when our strength is gone. He'll carry us when we can't carry on. Grace in his power, the weak become strong. His strength is perfect. His strength is perfect. His strength is perfect. His strength is perfect. Thank you.
All right, so we are moving along swiftly with the impromptu segment. All right, so we will continue in the same order in which they did their prepared speeches. All right, so the students will pick their topics. The students will pick their topics as we call them. So first up for the impromptu, we have uh, Destiny Thomas, sorry. Destiny, so give her a round of applause as she comes. Judges, are you ready for this category?
All right, Destiny picked the topic climate change. She has a minute to prepare and 2 minutes to speak.
Climate change is a topic about changes in the weather and it can be dangerous but also hello? Okay. Climate change is a topic about changes in the weather and it can be bad for the environment. The changes in the environment can be natural and also man-made. It can also be dangerous. And I think we and I think to prevent the change to be happening often, we can ease down on cutting the trees and destroying the environment.
Thank you, Destiny. We're, for time, 54 seconds. All right, participant number two, Michaela Farrell. Michaela picked the topic mathematics.
Portugal already been established. Good night. I like mathematics. It is a wonderful subject. It tells us about mass, measurement, the four basic operation, length, width, 3D shapes, 2D shapes. I thank you.
Thank you, Michaela. Her time, 33 seconds. Kiva Spring, you're up next. And Kiva picked the topic bullying. So Kiva will speak on bullying. So come on, you have your 1 minute to prepare and go ahead, jot down all your
Bullying is about the environment at home. They could be bullied at home, they could be bullied at school, they could be sad on the inside or angry. I thank you.
time. Please remember there's a bar next in the next class. Water, soft drinks. We also have pizzas, saltfish cake. I think so. Yeah, and spice. All right, so Jace Gibbs, you're up next. So Jace will pick his topic. Jace picked the topic Vincy Van Culture. So Jace will speak on that topic, Vincy Van Culture.
That it is an expressive form of art and transportation. It can be fun sometimes or dangerous. I thank you.
Thank you, Jace. Uh, 20 seconds. Ammani Stapleton, you're up next. Amani picked the topic regatta. Regatta. So you have your 1 minute. So go ahead.
Re- Regatta is a festival of boat races and sailing. Thank you.
You ready?
7 seconds.
Come down and pick so they could see you. Let's see what you pick.
Sorry.
And Jason picked the topic science. So go ahead and jump down. 1 minute. Go ahead, Jason.
Science teaches us about non-living and living things, for example, biology, chemistry, physics, and chemistry is my favorite because it 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 teaches us about experimenting. I thank you.
All right, give it up once more for our 6 participants. And that's the end of our impromptu speech. We will now await the judges, and in the meanwhile, we'll present certificates and gifts to the students who participated in our spelling bee competition yesterday. All the students who took part will receive a certificate, and the winners will receive a certificate as well as a gift. So we'll start with the kindergartners. We have Lage Huggins. And Lage, he did an exceptional job yesterday. He's one of our winners as well. Hooray for Lage. Also from kindergarten, we have Zamoria Ledlow, and she's also a winner from her. And also from kindergarten, we have Zephanique Saxon Delplesh. All three were winners. Grade 1, we have Hezrol Richards. If he's not here, his mom can collect for him. Miss Richards. Okay, so we'll move on along. Nyla James. And all three students came out winners as well. And the third winner from grade 1, we have Jeania Lavier. Grade 2, we had two winners. Liam Rind. Come on up, Liam Rind. And our second winner, Zanaya Joseph. And the third participant, Alicia Ben. Is she here? Okay, Hezral, you can come and collect your gift this way. Or this way. Look, teacher over here. All right, moving on to grade 3. Janicia Robertson took part, so she'll receive her certificate. Kima Allen was another participant. Is he here? Kima? Okay. And from that class, the grade 3 class, the winner is Mr. Otis Rind. All right, Toti. This is Shaniqua, and Emily. Okay, from grade 4 W, we have Shaniqua Taylor. Shaniqua Taylor would receive her certificate of participation. Kama Allen is not here. And the winner from that class is Ammani Stapleton. Grade 4D, Alexia Alexia Lemus would receive her certificate of participation. We have 2 winners from that class. Quinton Mayers. Quinton. and Miss Jenna Garway. While we are still waiting on the judges, we will present each participant with a token. It's not easy coming up here, standing in front of a crowd and doing your presentation. So we'd like to show them our appreciation. Kiva Spring, you can come and receive your little token. Show them some love and appreciation. Then we have Jon Cupid. Destiny Thomas. Jace Gibbs. Michaela Farell. And finally, Ammani Stapleton. Okay, we will now have an open floor segment where you can come and give your own little speech as well. So, anybody who would like to say whatever it may be to the participants, parents, few words of encouragement to the teachers, to the school. If you wish to stand in your seat, then fine. You don't have to approach the mic. If you want to, you can come. So we'll have the open floor segment as we wait on the judges. So let's welcome Miss Edwards, the mother of Mr. Jace Gibbs, our fourth participant.
Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, my children, I am very proud of y'all tonight. Very, very proud, very proud. You understand? As much as y'all fumble and y'all, it was good. It's your first experience. Capitalize on it. Go on with it. Keep it going. Don't stop. Don't be afraid next time, because we're doing it again next time, eh? Next time. I'm very proud. I'm happy to see this turn out also with the parents, guardians, aunts, nieces, whatever. Thank you to the teachers also. Y'all did your best with the little ones. And thank you to my son. Thank you very much, Jace Gibbs.
Thank you, Mommy Jolene. Any other parent, guardian?
Hansel will not forgive me if I don't come and stand. So good evening, everyone. It's not easy to come and stand in front of a crowd and speak, even though you would have prepared and it's evident that everyone practiced. When you get here, it's a totally different story, right? Even for me, as much as I'm accustomed to presenting, getting in front of a crowd, I'm always jittery, I'm always antsy, I'm always nervous. So just imagine what our little ones were going through when they were here. I'm super proud of all of you. Y'all handled yourselves well. Y'all presented well. And no one will know how shy Tariq or Jeshon really is by his presentation here tonight. Okay, so super, super proud of you. Tyrese is at home watching, and he said to congratulate you on a job well done. Parents, continue to keep up the good work. Teachers, thank you so much. You've always been doing an outstanding job. I missed the opportunity to come to the school and help you. So hopefully that will happen in the future. But again, let's encourage our little minds. The views shared today might not have been in agreement with everyone. But again, we are in a changing society. I did read some comments online, but the children presented themselves well. It might not be what we believe, but it is their conviction. And I'm really happy that they had the confidence to come here and to do such an outstanding job. So again, let's give them a round of applause.
Thank you so much, Ms. Isaacs. Anybody else would like to share? Michaela, Garrick. So I'll be seeing you here next year, God's willing, right? Michaela, Alexia. Correct. Yes. Any other parents? Okay, the judges are ready. So let's welcome Mrs. George as she give the judges comments.
Good evening, everyone. It was a very difficult task to tally the points, but there must be a winner. And I hope that everybody probably will have their own opinion of who should win. We had a guidelines that we were using. There were three of us. We came together. So I hope that you would accept whatever decision that the judges have made this evening. And even though you not agree, if even though you do not agree, please and thank you. Don't come and blast anybody. I'd appreciate it if you don't. I think that the children they all did well. I don't think I would have been able to come, and especially the impromptu is always a downfall for children. You know, the prepared speech is nice and easy, but when it comes to the impromptu, it is a difficult thing. I mean, we've seen it not only in public speaking with these children, but other public speaking in secondary schools and so on, in Queen's Show and wherever the impromptu is always the problem. So we have to applaud the children for the courage, the boldness, and the confidence. Yeah, we have to applaud them all. And I just want to thank you all for bearing with us as we tally our scores. So as I said, we know who the winners are. The teacher, the chairman would come and let you know who the winner, the second place, the third place are. And I just want to thank you all.
All right. Thank you very much, Sister Jackie. By the way, I forgot to mention Sister Jackie is actually a former teacher at the Paget Form Government School. So she has a bit of experience in the classroom. She, yes, she is a former teacher. All right. So the results are in. It is the most tense part of the event tonight. But I just want to let the students know, just to reiterate what Miss George would have said and what the other parents would have said. You guys did your best, and I must applaud you for your effort. I can't remember how many moons ago it was that I stood here to do a public speaking as well. Um, I can't remember. I can't remember how nervous I was, but I can't remember when it was. But I must applaud you for your hard work and your confidence. It was an enjoyable time practicing with them. We had so much fun. Um, but it is now down to the end, so I'm going to call the results now. But before I do that, we will now pass out the certificate. We will now give out the certificate for certificate of participation. Then I will go ahead and call the results. All right. So, Miss Morgan, are you ready? Miss Morgan, are you ready with the certificates? All right. Is Miss Davis? Yes, Miss Davis, you ready to? All right, Miss Davis. All right. So first up, we have Destiny Thomas collecting her certificate of participation. All right. Next, we have, thank you, Destiny. Sorry. Next, we have Michaela Farell. All right. Then we have Kiva Spring. Give them a hearty round of applause, please. Then we have Jace Gibbs. Then we have Ammani Stapleton. And we now have Jon Cupid. Give them a round of applause, please. All right. So we are now moving into the prize giving, the categories, the winners for the different categories. So we have a trophy. We have a trophy for the best impromptu, best prepared speech, and we have a winner's trophy. All right. So we are calling on one of our judges, the most photogenic. The most photogenic one. All right. So we will be starting with the best prepared speech according to the judges nod with a total of 120 points. The best prepared speech goes to Jace Gibbs. And so please check the live to see if his father is still there. He's still making noise on the live. You might have to ban him from the live. All right. And we are for the best impromptu speech. The best impromptu speech, according to the judges nod, with a total of 60 points. The best impromptu speech goes to Jon Cupid. All right. Now we are moving into the positions. I will start with the third place, but there are not any trophies for them. But I will start with the third place. Only the first place person gets the trophy and a prize. So in third place, with a total of 145 points, we have Michaela Farell. In second place, with a total of 150 points, we have Jon Cupid. And the winner of tonight's public speaking with 165 points, our winner is Mr. Jace Gibbs. Hansel, can you please check the live to see if the father is still there? Give him a hearty round of applause. Security, can you please escort Granny Jane outside? He's still there? All right. All right. Very well, Mr. Jace Gibbs. Judges, we thank you for your hard work. Can we get a group picture with all of the students? Can you give them a round of applause, a hug? Jace, you can go there. Go there so that give him a round of applause, a hug. Give congratulations. Cancer, can you give them a group picture as you bring the curtains down? And while we do that, I just want to say thank you, parents, for coming out, well wishers. Thank you for coming out. Students, you're going, go and get a group picture, yes. Granny J, let the students get the picture first. Ammani, you did well. You sure? You did well, okay?